I am Jonathan West. You are watching Death Valley Television, and your Death Valley Technical Scavengers are 7-1, 2-0 in conference play, and it has not been a struggle so far in conference play. What it has been the year of Earl Schell, and an unbelievable year at that. Let's talk, though, about the unbelievable year that the Scavengers are having as a whole, because they're 6th currently in the college football playoff bracket, the first bracket we've seen this year, and they're hoping they can top that quite easily. Looking at the conference standings, well, it's 2-0 between Fresno State, DVT, and Samford right now. Those three teams fighting for that Pac-12 title spot right now. We'll see how that goes as the year goes on. The Scavengers will play their rivals, Fresno State, later on this season, so definitely going to keep an eye on that. This week, though, it's Boise State, and they will be without Jamerson Funk, one of their defensive tackles. So a pretty nice loss there if you're a Scavenger fan. However, they will have new quarterback, freshman Demetrius Woollyhand. Now, of course, a bigger situation here than just Woollyhand is the Scavengers facing KJ Webb, their former defensive coordinator last year. So he knows a good bit of what this defense is capable of. Woollyhand so far, not the greatest season. 10 touchdowns to 12 interceptions, under 50% completion, only 2,000 yards through the air. At tight end, their biggest weapon is Kewan Barksdale. So you can see the situation at hand. Their offensive weaponry, not great right now. Now, Barksdale can be a big weapon for them and could take advantage of some weaker linebackers, but I think the Scavengers have that kind of covered this week. Defensively, though, they do have some weapons at bay. Emmett Cole is their big end, and when I say big end, I mean it. 268 out of Parker, Colorado. He has 2 sacks so far in the season, 4.5. His season high last year. Is looking to try and topple that this season. We'll see how close he gets against the Scavengers, though they've done a pretty good job overall keeping guys at bay. And the name you can recognize, Sergio Adkins, the senior corner, who the Scavengers have seen plenty. They'll see him again, and he is arguably the best player on this team. He's been consistent, has continued that consistency all to his senior season. And finally, for some Scavengers news, Jaden Anthony will be making the start outside, with Manu Coffey moving inside now into that slot position. We'll see how Anthony fares on the outside as we head to the grounds. We are off in this one, as it is the Scavengers to begin things. Don Dotson to return, and he'll get it up to about the 18. So a rainy day in Death Valley, as you see Alex Slade's numbers. A interesting receiving total so far at the number of the beast currently, as they begin in the gun. Nico Blanco to the right, and it's an option keeper, and Emmett Cole is there. So the option does not work, as it'll be 2nd and 14. Hand off to Blanco. Blanco doesn't go far. A 2-yard pickup is all he was able to get, and that'll bring up 3rd and very long to start, as Bush can't find anyone, as Matt Briscoe gets the sack. And just like that, the Scavengers defense going to be on the field, and good field position to start for Boise State, as Woollyhand begins through the air off play action, but Earl Schell was chasing him. He is having a career year. It has been fun to watch. Woollyhand sets up the screen here. That doesn't go far. They were ready for the tight end screen. 3rd and 12 now. Same situation the Scavengers were in. Pressure sent. Schell misses a would-be sack, as that one just drops at the feet of his intended receiver. It'll be 1st and 10 now for the Scavengers back on offense. Bush hands off to Blanco. He's got room, and that's going to be a 1st and more. Best play so far of the day by either side, as it brings up a new set of downs. And they go to the air here. Underneath, that's Jermaine Strong, and he's going to pick up 6. 2nd and 4, Blanco to the right of Bush. Hand off Nico. Nico with room, trying to get outside. He's cut from behind, but another first down run for Nico Blanco. B.J. Crow is checked in, and they'll go Crow's way. The freshman running back's got the outside to the 30, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Scavengers. Crow with the touchdown. He's vultured a handful of them. This time he just does the work by himself. His longest touchdown of the season, and it is a very good run when you look at the blocking to the outside and then just putting that speed on display. He's not just pure power when he gets up the top speed. So Boise State now behind the 8 ball, 7-0 Scavengers on top. As Woollyhand over the middle finds his man, and that's going to be a gain of 9. That was against Jaden Anthony. We'll keep our eyes on that right side when they're on offense, because that's where Anthony will live essentially. 2nd and 1. Woollyhand hands off. That is a receiver taking the handoff for a gain of enough for a first down, maybe 1 or 2 yards there. 1st and 10. Hand off again, this time an actual back getting the football. It's going to be a gain of 8 as they start going a little bit no huddle. Scavengers defense ready to try and fight this no huddle offense as Earl Schell stands them up shy. It was Schell and Clay, the seniors, who stood up the back, and that'll bring up 3rd and 1. Man in motion as they go to the air. And this one is knocked away. That was John Crane in coverage. And that's going to bring out, once again, the Scavengers offense after the punt. They go back to Nico, but he stood up. His defensive front for Boise is the best part of their team, if you ask me. So we'll see if they can get any wins against them, as Alex Slade got around Cole but caught quickly. 3rd and 14. That jet pass has not been what they thought it would be as of late, it feels like, as Bush cannot go anywhere. So the sack collected by Boise State now gives them good field position after the punt. And it's going to be a nice run right up the middle for a new set of downs. Boise State now getting full control of this ball game. The momentum has shifted. As back to the ground they go, but Donnerson and Clay on top of it. 2 of the best linebackers in college football right there, collapsing on the running back as Woollyhand finds his tight end this time around. He'll be shy of the mark, though, and they'll say he dropped it. I thought he hung on. 3rd and 9. Woollyhand rolling out. He'll just throw this one away, and they will be forced to settle. In this weather, nothing's easy, but that one is up and good. The 43-yarder makes it 7-3. Scavengers still on top in this one. Scavengers offense back out there, trying to answer now the field goal by Boise as they flip this one to Slade again. He's got blocks here. He's got a lane. It's up to the 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Alex Slade. That time it works out. The first time he was stopped behind the line. The second, well, he took it all the way. One play to answer. And the top receiver on this team just made an example. So it's back to Boise just like that. The Scavengers defense did not get much of a break, but I'm sure they're energized after the Alex Slade touchdown. That one just sails out of bounds as Woolly Hand hasn't had the greatest day completing passes. Play action again. Pressure gets there. The ball's free. It's picked up. I believe Ferrier got it. I believe it was Ahmad Kiki who got through to get the sack force fumble. And then Shenard Ferrier picked up the fumble. What a play by this defensive front. Kiki powers his way through and gets to Woolly Hand. That's going to give great field position here to the Scavengers. It's out of the pistol to start this drive. Bush, quick throw, and Slade can't hang on. He got checked there essentially at the goal line, but it's been a good year for Alex Slade. His career has looked very solid since coming here 2 years ago, seeing the red shirt initially. As the keeper there does not go anywhere. 3rd and goal out at around the 12. Bush in the empty. Over the middle, it's caught. Slade is in. Just like that. 2nd touchdown of the day for Alex Slade. It's a big day for number 0, this time on the offensive side. 0 on the defensive side, had the big performance last week. Now it's time for the offensive side to shine as he gets his 2nd receiving touchdown of the day. This time he didn't have to do all the work. 1st and 10 now for Boise as they are well behind the 8 ball now. They go to the screen game. Well defended, John Crane. 2nd and 10. This Scavengers defense has played some of their best ball as of late as pressure got there and well defended Earl Schell. That'll take us to the end of the first, 21-3. Scavengers fully on top in this one. I don't think it's going anywhere by the looks of things. Second quarter of action begin. 3rd and 12. Woolly Hand looking to throw. He's pressured a bit, throws it off kilter, and they're going to say incomplete. Scavengers get the football at a pretty nice spot here after the punt. Hand off, here goes to Blanco. Tried to spin away from a man, but got caught. There's a flag anyways. This one's coming back. It's Roosevelt Lamar getting called for it, the blocking tight end. Holding a bit too much, if you ask me, this season. 1st and 16 now. Hand off to Blanco. He finds a bit of room. That's going to be a gain of 5. As it makes it 2nd and 11, and Ty Tabor checks in. Tabor gets the handoff right up the middle, but gets met immediately. That puts them now at 3rd down and 10. They're going to have to go through the air. It's a bubble screen set up, and that did not work. So it's back to Boise. Woolly Hand pressured. Earl Schell got to him, but the ball gets out in time. And it's a 2-yard pickup. 2nd and 8 as the no huddle begins. Woolly Hand gets the play from the sideline. He'll take the snap. Hand off here. Big hole there. It's going to be a big gain for Boise. Their best gain of the day. So they run again to the line. Not going to give the DVT defense any time to rest here. This play gets flipped around. It's play action, but Shenard Ferrier comes right through. Unblocked, unfooled by the play fake. A big stop there for Shenard Ferrier as he gets his first sack of the day. I was about to say second, but he recovered the fumble from Ahmad Kiki. As it's 2nd and 19 now. Woolly Hand Finds his man on the check down. That'll be a gain of 6, but still a 3rd down and long situation. To the sideline, they get the play. Woollyhan. Pressured from Schell, and he gets there! It's Earl Schell's first sack of the day, and the Heisman candidacy is starting to make an argument. You've got to start looking at this guy for a Heisman, I think. I don't know if they are, but they've got to start if they aren't. This man has been a menace all year long. 1st and 10. Bush under center here. Crow in the backfield. They hand off to Crow, and he is stood up trying to go outside. 2nd and 11 now as Blanco in the backfield. They drop back. Bush, quick throw. It's caught. Zubnar. He got to the outside to the 20. You're not going to catch him. Touchdown, Scavengers. Andre Zubnar gets it off a curl and turns it into a touchdown. Well, statistically, looking at the numbers, it has been a fabulous day for John Bush. That is his 3rd passing touchdown of the day. And Andre Zubnar making a name for himself as well this season. First and 10 here now for Boise. Handoff goes to the back, and he's not going to go far. Defended by Juan Donnerson there. He did pick up a gain of 5, a little bit more than it looked like to me. Keeper not going anywhere. Woollyhan caught quick. 3rd down and 8. Looking to throw. Woollyhan is pressured. He goes down. The 2nd sack of the day by Ahmad Kiki. This defensive front has been on top. I'm the only starter on that defensive front without a sack right now. Ladarius Petty. That's it. Scavengers offense back out there, up 28-3 already. We might be seeing some backups in later if it continues like this, as Blanco goes nowhere to begin. He's had a rough day on the ground. 2nd and 11. Bush setting up the screen. Blanco gets a block to get him to the outside, and he's going to have enough for the 1st. 1st down and 10. Tabor checks in. Bush, quick screen here to Zubnar. That got him 4, not a ton. But they're looking at 2nd and 6, and they are nearing field goal range for Trent Feeney if they want to attempt. As Blanco, though, not going to make it a worry to the 20. 10, 5, touchdown, Nico Blanco. The Scavengers somehow continue to stack on points, and I don't know how Nico got around the edge there, but he did. And it is an easy touchdown once he got there. Unbelievable run. They just toss it to him. He gets a bit of a hole, and from that point on, it's just showing off what he can do. 1st and 10 now here for Boise State. They've got just under 2 minutes to go here in the half, but it feels about over. Earl Schell nearly getting a 2nd sack. Well, guess who gets his 3rd? Ahmad Kiki. It was started by Schell, finished by Kiki. And when I say started, he moved Woollyhan towards Ahmad Kiki. 2nd and 19 now for Boise. And Schell once again chasing Woollyhan. There's going to be a flag anyways. I think this one's coming back. And indeed it will. But the Scavengers have been all over Demetrius Woollyhan today. It's been a rough day to be number 1 in blue and orange. As they go to the air again. That one knocked away. Thought it might get intercepted for a second. That was a great play by Raheem Clay there. This flip Not going to go far. That jet pass did not work, and the Scavengers want a chance to add more points. They have it at the 45 of Boise. I would think they want at least 15 to 20 yards here to make it a possible field goal, as there's the second timeout taken. One timeout left for DVT here in the half, 2nd and 2. Bush play action. Rolls to his right. Throws this one. Finds Gio's son. And he's out of bounds, saving the timeout. That right there has got them in field goal range. And now you're not even thinking field goal. 1st and goal from the 9. They flip this one to Zubnar. He's got room and speed. He's in. Touchdown Scavengers. 2nd of the day for Andre Zubnar. The 4th touchdown of the day by John Bush. He's gotten a couple off the easy throws, but you know, they count nonetheless, and the stat sheet's going to look nice for him, and the half looks very nice for DVT. 44 seconds here for Boise State to do anything, as Woollyhand tried to just sail it downfield. Well, guess what? That's Nash now who gets a sack, as that will take us to halftime, though. Scavengers on top, 42-3. It is a killing. It should be illegal what is going on. Nico has had a slow day, and that's averaging 10 yards a carry. He's had a slow day. One big play is really all he's got to his name, as BJ Crow added a big play of his own earlier in this ball game. We'll see if the backups enter at the beginning of the half, or if they wait to bring him in, just add a little more punishment. It's all Scavengers, and I don't think that's going to change in this one. Welcome back, everyone, to Death Valley Television. I am Jonathan West, and this is a Boise State carry to begin the second half of action. Boise State down a large number as the starters are still out there. Earl Schell and company still out there against this offense. We'll see how long the starters are in. I would not expect them to play the fourth quarter at least, as this handoff works out. It's been a good running game here to start the second half for Boise. 2nd and 6. Woollyhand connects on the screen, and this time the tight end screen works out, and it's going to be a 1st down. So a new set of downs. Woollyhand hands off again. Gain of 4 there. 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Woollyhand over the middle, wide open, and it's a new set of downs. Boise State now finally found their offense. Might be a little too late, unless their defense can step up as well, as that's a 3-yard pickup. But this has been their best drive of the day. Handoff up the middle. That's going to be a new set of downs. They've taken a lot of time off the clock already. As Woollyhand to the air. And that one finds its target. I don't know how he did it. Unbelievable. He had Ladarius Petty, I believe, all over him. As they won't get in the end zone there. Good coverage, Raheem Clay. 2nd and goal. It's a QB sneak, or I'm sorry, a QB draw. Does not work out, and it brings up 3rd and goal from the 4. Scavengers defense trying to stop a touchdown, and they will, while Ahmad Kiki gets sack number 4 on the day. He ties Earl Schell's record-setting day. Both of them now sit as the record holders for sacks in a game. 4th and goal. They elect to settle. And it will be 42-6 as Ahmad Kiki does exactly what he's been doing all day long. Well, folks, looks like the backups have entered the game, at least on the offensive side. It's Scotty Skoranek and company, but that's Tony V on the direct snap and a nice 8-yard pickup. 2nd and 2. Jermaine Strong in motion. They flip it his way. It's been a good day for these plays. To the 40, the 30, 20. Can Strong outrun him? He will! Touchdown Scavengers, and they cannot be stopped right now with that jet pass. I don't think anyone expected it to do what it's been doing today, especially after the first one was a loss of 2. Backups are in here on the defensive side now. So Woollyhan gets pressured. Eric Simmons, the young star end that they are expecting to take over for Earl Schell next year. He gets the pressure there, and some good pressure as well, as that screen works out well for him. But at this point, it's all but finished for this Boise State team. We'll see how they fare fully against this defensive front, as I believe that was Costanzo making that tackle. Tito Costanzo, the defensive tackle, as this one's caught. That's going to be a new set of downs. That's Daniel Rubin, number 57. Had an interception last week against GLU as Woollyhan takes off, and he's going to spin out of one would-be tackle. 2nd and 4. Woollyhan out of the empty. Screen set up. Well defended, though, as that's now thrown over the middle, and a new set of downs as we head to the 4th and final quarter of action. It's all Scavengers. I'm not even going to talk about the score. Throw up those 4s, folks, because it's about to get finished. 4th quarter of action here. 1st and 10 for Boise. And if you are a fan of the Broncos, you are not happy with this performance, as a big hit there by Jamie Trinidad, the safety. Woollyhan with time. There's a flag that flies. I've got a feeling this one's coming back. And it certainly looks like it. So that will bring them back 10 yards. Keep in mind, it is Rico Trewick on the other side of Eric Simmons. He's looking to throw. Woollyhan to the sideline. That one's caught but short. Not much there. 3rd and 15. They just hand this one off, and that's going to get them one singular yard as they'll take another field goal. Kicks up. It's good. Well, they've got 3 field goals on the day. Good on them. As that's going to give it now to the backup offense again. And we'll see what they plan to do here with 9 minutes left. Hand off to Tony V. He's got the outside, but a flag flies. And that's going to be a late hold here. That, I believe, is Landon McPherson. Indeed, it is the left tackle. He'll bring up 1st and 20. Hand off to Tony V again. He's going to pick up 4. Not much going there. BJ Crow checks in. The freshmen haven't seen a ton of carries with the way Nico has been dominating. So BJ Crow still getting carries even with the backups here. 3rd and 15 now. Skoranek. Underneath, that's Gio Sun. No one was around him, and it's a 1st down and more. He's got speed. You cannot leave him that open, or it is going to be bad. We saw the big play earlier in this game, and that's exactly what Gio Sun does best. It's a screen setup, and that did not look pretty. 2nd and 12. They tried to get Dotson the ball, which is a perfect idea as Enrique Charles gets this one for a gain of around 6. 3rd down and 5. It is manageable here. And they hand off to Tony V. He's corralled, though, and he is stopped. So Boise State gets the ball back. 4:23 left to go. Pressure. The ball's free. It's Ladarius Petty that got him. And this is Rico Trawick with the ball to the 10. 5. Touchdown, big man. Rico Trawick, the pass rusher, gets the scoop and score after the Ladarius Petty sack. And to keep in mind, folks, Ladarius Petty is a starter in the nickel sets. So he has finally completed the 4 starters getting a sack on this quarterback. This is an unbelievable day for the defensive front. 1st and 10 now, 56-9. Unbelievable day for the Scavengers as that one almost intercepted, it felt like. 2nd and 6. Woolyhan pressured again as he gets that one off. You saw the guard being pushed right into him. That's Tito Costanzo getting the push there. Over the middle, that one's caught. Big hit, Juan Donnerson in there leading this 2nd team unit. 1st and 10. Over the middle again, another tackle. This one's Daniel Rubin. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, pressure there, and it gets there. Simmons and Petty combine. Unbelievable day for the defensive front. I can't get over it. I cannot believe how well this team has played. 3rd and 14. Woolyhan, that one knocked away Jamie Trinidad, and that'll be the end of this ball game. 56-9. The Scavengers not just dominant, they destroyed Boise State. John Bush only threw for 219 yards, but 91.7% completion. An unbelievable day. Whether you're talking about the offense or the defense, majority of it from the defense, but the offense was on point. They did punch some. They didn't score every drive, but they didn't make monstrous mistakes, and that's what won this game. Unbelievable. A total of 15 of 16 by the quarterbacks. 1 total incompletion. Unbelievable outing. The running back certainly didn't play the way we expected with the way the weather was today. However, they didn't have to. When you had Slade, Zubnar, Strong all succeed on that jet pass very well, albeit on that jet pass. I mean, it was a fantastic outing. Choi gets charged with 2 sacks. Those sacks happening earlier on in the game for the most part. Once that offensive line settled in, everything kind of went pretty well. Juan Donnerson led that 2nd team unit, and he, of course, gets the most tackles on the day. But Ahmad Kiki, 4 sacks. Petty with 2. Gash with 1. Farrier with 1. Simmons with half a sack, and they give Schell half a sack. An unbelievable day by this defensive front. No shock to anyone. Ahmad Kiki, your defensive player of the week for the Pac-12, and I can only assume after another player gets a 4-sack performance, you are the defensive national player of the week. No real surprise there. The Scavengers, though, aren't done with Pac-12 play. They will take on the 7-2 Colorado State Rams. However, in Pac-12 play, they haven't been great. 1-2 on the year. So it could be a bit of a trap game in Fort Collins.